All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Lim Nakrin with a look at some of the top stories that we're following. First of all, I want to start with this search for a missing child, because we always appreciate your help on matters like this, and obviously the family would as well. Just give me a moment to kind of pull up the graphic and show you the images of the children that are missing that we need your help on. So it's two missing children. This is 13-year-old Hayden, who you're looking at right now. Hayden, apparently, according to authorities, was last seen leaving her home near Eastwick Circle on Monday. She's 5'4", brown eyes, black braids, as you can see. She was last seen wearing a brown hoodie, some black leggings, and white shoes. Again, 13 years old. If you've seen her, you're asked to please call police. But we also need your help with another young child, 12-year-old Zalia, who was just last seen on camera leaving her house near South Hairston Road at 2 in the morning. But again, if you think you have any information about these missing children, you're asked to please contact police. Okay, I apologize, everybody. I just had a microphone die during during that report, so I apologize for that. But you're just looking at video here, just kind of to support the story that I wanted to share with you about healthcare options. Possibly being brought to rural Georgia could potentially become an easier process. So state senators have approved a bill allowing new hospitals to be built without state permission. It only applies to counties that have fewer than 50,000 residents. Right now, every hospital has to apply for a certificate of need from the state, proving why a new facility is needed. But supporters say this bill could really encourage healthcare investment in rural areas currently going without. So clearly there's a need there. And the bill still does need approval from House lawmakers, but supporters are certainly optimistic. Okay, now I want to bring you in to the Cobb County Sheriff's Office, making an announcement that they are intending to join the National Sex Offender Watch Network. Let's listen.
It just helps us be a better, efficient unit. And it's all about keeping our community safe and keeping these predators away from our children. As sheriff, I'm working hard every day to find ways to keep the people in Cobb County safe. I'm asking the Cobb County residents today, immediately, to download the Sheriff app. You'll be able to access the Offender Watch system, which I just spoke of, as well as anything else that's happening pertinent issue in Cobb County. And again, it is also very important, that you will get safety alerts from us as well. So please download this app a day so you can know what's happening in Cobb County, and you know how negativity and things can be put out of Cobb by you. Now you look at the app and you can see these things. Now you hear from FJ and Kevin, technical components of this app and the database. They can explain more how the app works and how to implement that into our existing Cobb County Sheriff's App. Jim?
Thank you, Sheriff Owens. I'm FJ, and I'm with Offender Watch. I'm just going to speak a little bit about the features of our portion of the app. So it's a one-of-a-kind deal, and it will, once you've downloaded it, what it does is it connects two phones with the parent and the child. When the child, if contacted by a known sex offender, it'll be alerted to the parent. The parent will get an alert from Sheriff Owens, Brandon from Sheriff Owens' office. Please contact Cobb County Sheriff's Office. This guy has contacted your child. Another feature is that when the child is loitering around maybe a sex offender's home, the parent will get a notification saying, hey, your child's been loitering around this home, this is a known sex offender. The newest portion of the app, the family has an opportunity to add a moniker or a name that they maybe don't want the child in contact with. So then the family will get a notification from the sheriff that they've been contacted by this person. We also have a no-go zone. So they have a bad friend, you don't want them hanging around, that can be put in there, and then you'll be notified that your child is there. So that's ours. That's our portion of the app, and then Kevin will speak on Great Sheriff app.
Thank you, FJ. Thank you, Sheriff Owen. Kevin Cummings with OCV, or the sheriff.com. And so we, as Sheriff Owen mentioned, roughly a year ago, launched the Cobb County Sheriff's mobile app. And we've continued to work to make enhancements as Sheriff Owen continues to want to increase communication and increase transparency with the citizens here in Cobb County. So as Sheriff Owen and FJ mentioned, we now have incorporated the Offender Watch solution into the Cobb County Sheriff's Office mobile app. It's easy to access, going to Cobb County Sheriff's Office in your app store or selecting the QR code on the screen. So as far as incorporating the solution, we previously had the sex offender feature in the mobile app. We now have enhancements so that instead of it just being the sex offender map, now it also provides additional functionalities and additional menus to allow the citizens of Cobb County to receive information. So some of the other areas, being able to zoom in, if you've got location services on, being able to zoom in of where you are currently located in the county and seeing the sex offenders around you. Having the ability to search by name, search by address, is also being able to click on additional resources by clicking on the selecting the Offender Watch logo. So other enhancements, having the ability to search by address. Again, this is a match perspective, so if there's a certain address you want to search by, is there a sex offender there? Search by city name, search by telephone number, email address. Again, those are matches in the Cobb County database. You would be able to see that additional information. One of the most powerful features I feel like is a benefit to the citizens of Cobb County would be signing up for that notification of alerts. So when an offender moves into the area, to be notified. So having the ability to have that awareness, and as FJ said, that's going to be a communication from Sheriff Owens and the Cobb County office to know when an offender is moving into your area. Other things of benefit, because again, Sheriff Owens said there's 600 plus offenders in Cobb County. So being able to have the awareness of what do you need to know, behaviors to watch, very important, talking to your children, and warning signs. So if something has happened, what are some of the warning signs that you might look for? Additionally, as I mentioned earlier, being able to click on the Offender Watch logo in the app and being able to see all these additional resources. So there's multiple ways to get to this. Also highlighting what FJ mentioned, there are two apps. There is the Cobb County Sheriff's Office mobile app that push notification, news, sex offender data, inmate info, just recruitment information, so much information, as Sheriff Owen said, all things that you need to know regarding the Cobb County Sheriff's Office. But inside of this mobile app, there's an additional app from Offender Watch that really provides the additional functionality where you do have the ability to monitor where is your child, being able to understand has that child been contacted by a known sex offender. So I would encourage parents to certainly look into that additional capability. That app may not be for everyone, but certainly folks that have children and wanting to keep them away from predators. So kind of coming back to it, we've incorporated this into the Cobb County Sheriff's Office mobile app. It's very easy to get to. You're able to be totally anonymous and be able to download this mobile app and receive this information. So thank you, Sheriff Owen, for the opportunity to partner with you and Offender Watch.
All right, thank you. We'll open up any questions that you have now. The technical gurus, ladies and gentlemen, these two gentlemen stand beside me here. So we were just fortunate enough to partner with them to get this application again to really keep our community safe. And that's our number one priority here in Cobb County Sheriff's Office, keeping the Cobb County community safe as a whole. So if you have any questions regarding about the inner workings of the app, these two gentlemen can answer those questions from their perspective. Again, I'm just a pushing force in getting it out to our community so we can stay safe. So please, if you have any questions, please ask these gentlemen at this time.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
What started the whole process of putting this app together? Was there like an event, something that happened, or is it just new technology that's available to us?
It's a little bit of both. I think when I saw the numbers of how many sexual offenders we had, I was kind of blown away, and I took office as sheriff. And I wondered, what can we do to make sure we monitor these individuals and keep our county safe? And then through doing some research and then meeting them at the conference, I saw the technology they both was offering. I thought it was the right thing for Cobb, and so we can lead through technology. And I thought that was the right thing to do for our community here, is to be led through technology to track these individuals so we can keep up with them and keep our community safe.
You said upwards of 600 registered sex offenders here in
I think
Cobb
it's like
County?
602 to be exact, but it's over 600 in Cobb County that's registered.
Is that higher than last year's numbers, or are you guys seeing an increase?
It's about the same, not much increase or decrease. Thank God, at the point ahead, it's not like blowing up, going up real high, but it's kind of staying steady, which puts us in the top of the metro area with sexual offenders in our county.
What other metro Atlanta counties, or how many other metro Atlanta counties use this technology?
They may can answer that more so than I
Right.
can. I think 14
All
county
of
may-
Metro Atlanta has our app, and I'm working with Sheriff App to get them more involved too.
Yeah, currently we serve Cobb, Fulton, Gwinnett, as far as the metro. As far as incorporating this, Sheriff Owens is the one that's incorporating this into his app right now, presently, and we're looking to incorporate more of this functionality across not only Georgia, but we're also serving now in over 48 states. So just providing this additional capability to citizens to be able to have those additional resources.
Can you talk about the success of this app?
Well,
How beneficial?
you know, I would say in this day and age, when you look at law enforcement, having that direct tie to the community to make it easier for them to receive information and provide information is critical, making it easier. And so certainly stat-wise, most everybody has a smartphone. And then 90+% of folks now, when they're on a smartphone, they're in a mobile app. So I think it's tremendously advantageous. Again, increasing transparency, partnerships, engagement. And you know, as far as the success, you know, year over year, you're going to see more downloads. You're going to see more engagement as you have the ability to go market all those things that you're trying to do. Some of the features that we see most clicked on, you know, this would be one of those, because people can see it as it relates to them. And then other areas, in addition to the sex offenders, if, you know, loved ones have, you know, someone that is in jail, easily being able to see other functionality, whether that be visitation or depositing funds or many other things. So recruitment, again, if people are looking for a career in law enforcement. So it's an easy way for an agency to market themselves and those things they're trying to do. And certainly you can call. Certainly you can email. You can look at a website. But now more and more people are looking from a convenience side and being able to access those resources easily on that smartphone. You know, at the end of the day, that's not going to be easily emulated when you look at website and other resources as far as what you're supposed to do. So long answer, but we see some agencies that you know, continue to thrive and grow, and based on Sheriff Owen's leadership, we would expect the same as far as marketing around everything they're doing.
I think that how to really help us as well is, as our citizens get these notifications and they, excuse me, may see something going wrong with the individual that's been tracked from the device, and attempt to call us to let us know what's going on. That helps us out as well, because we do track and monitor and make sure these individuals are doing what they're supposed to do. And so that'll also aid us in that portion as well. So there's more eyes in our community. Now they know where they are. They see something wrong. They see something, they can say something, notify us, and then we can jump on it immediately.
Sheriff Owens, how often are you guys making arrests for sex offenders who are failing to register or update their registration?
Well, you know what? It's not an everyday thing that we're arresting for failing to register, but it does happen on occasion. But I think our unit is so equipped here in Cobb that we are very aggressive with it. We go out and do more checks, I want to say, than any other agency in Metro. Where rest of them may do 2 a year, we do 4 or 5 a year. So we're doubling that what we normally any other agency does, just to keep Cobb County safe. So I'm hoping to say, because we're doing so many checks on a random basis, it's keeping us having to make so many arrests because we're on top of it. And that's what I hope to continue. And by this, giving us another eye to make sure that we are, because we have so many, give us some other eyes in the community so we can stay on top of it a little bit better.
Sheriff, you mentioned that keeping this information current is pretty time-consuming for your deputies. Can you talk about why that is the case and how this new app will help streamline that?
Yeah, so what it does is, again, we have to check these individuals. 600 plus, that's a lot of man hours, 3 or 4 people in our unit doing that, and a couple of supervisors. So, plus they got other duties as well. So it's very time-consuming tracking these individuals, going by residence checks and see if they're actually staying where they say they're staying or working where they work, so they're working, etc. So this app will actually really help us track them and keep up with them and save some man hours doing that, and we can refer back to the app and look and expedite some of our work processes.
What about the cost for this? What is the upfront cost and overall, I suppose?
It was free. I'm just kidding. The app was a very minimal cost. Offender Watch came in as well as part of the program we already have, because we received information from their database already, and we were just able to make the connection with them, and they worked out the connection piece, how that worked between those two, so they can tell you that the cost they entail. But Sheriff's Office really didn't cost me any cost in that as well, other than just purchasing the initial app piece. This connection here was done between these two government companies to make it work, and again, we were one of the first in the Metro to have this additional piece added to our app versus everyone else, but it wasn't at a cost to the taxpayers of Cobb County. Well, thank you. Oh, yeah.
Yep, we're good.
Well, thank you for coming out this morning. Sincerely appreciate it, and we hope not to see you again soon. Not to see you again soon. I've been up here too much lately. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, you have been watching live as the Cobb County Sheriff's Office kind of wrapped up their announcement that they will be joining the National Sex Offender Network. Also commenting that there are some 600 registered sex offenders in that county, and hence the need for this, and it is among the highest in the Atlanta metro area, as you just heard there. But really they're relying on some new technology to help in part with kind of tracking sex offenders and keeping the public safe. So this is a story we're going to keep following here on Atlanta News First Plus and Atlanta News First. Have a great day.